From the Republic of South Africa. The time now it's 11:11 p.m. South African time, or you can say it's 23:11 p.m. South African time, and the day today is the 25th day of the 8th month, 2018, or you can say it's the 25th day of August 2018, which is this year. And thanks to all who are currently sharing in this live stream broadcast from the Republic of South Africa. And I did promise that if I have another moment later, I will immediately come back to you and share more with you. Since you are aware that earlier our article was very long, so I was just going through some key important areas, the basics of what is currently taking place within this community, cash flowing, and not forgetting to look at how many of us are currently applying that, and how many of us who are not following the guide about the cash flowing system. And once more, I was just about to retire, but I felt that no, I haven't gone through into detail about what we shared earlier today, since we had our guest from Soweto, Gauteng province, South Africa. Though somewhere we were sharing with you through her native language, but anyway, I did interpret that. I was also caught up in that. I ended up sharing with you through one of our native language in South Africa, but you already know what I meant. You can just replay the whole live stream video. You'll understand how I explained some of the areas where you did not hear our conversation. Okay, and the reason why I'm here again with you is that I am bothered, though I know many of us, or no, some of us are not worried about that. To them, they're just waiting for what they're waiting for. But why I'm bothered is because time is not waiting for us, and things are happening within TBC community. We saw another testimony, a very good testimony, that a law firm in Cameroon, it's now accepting TBC, meaning they are accepting TBC for their businesses or for the service rendered to whoever who is interested to exchange with them these tokens, TBC tokens, meaning our coins. Okay. Now, if it's happening, in some parts of the world, that means you can also do more than that. We have seen quite a number of testimonies, even in South Africa. Some of the transactions were conducted by myself sometime last year and early this year, where I was transacting with my car specialist. You saw one of my cars, the silver car Volvo S70. And before that, I also transacted another one with my other vehicle, Mercedes. Okay. They were working on the modification of the motor. Okay, meaning from the standard motor to a bigger, powerful motor. Okay. I did quite a number of videos. Okay. And we had quite a lot. Okay. And some of our countrymen in South Africa, they are currently paying their rental, yes, with TBC. They had these dealings with the landlord that the landlord became interested in TBC, then they're transacting every month with TBC. Okay. And in my dealings, it was 50% cash and 50% TBC. In other parts of the world, these transactions were conducted, and we have a proof of that. Now we have a law firm, please, law firm. Not just any law firm can transact that, but why this law firm opted for this business relationship, because they are a law firm who is wise enough to see things that are currently approaching towards our side. Okay, so I really admire this law firm and their partners. Okay, we're gonna share. Okay, now I've just covered that area in brief. Okay, who and where transactions were conducted around the globe. Okay, there's so many countries. Okay, now the same things that are taking place, some of us can do the same or even more. Okay. Now, our heading today says, why are you not cash flowing? Why? Are we doing the right thing somewhere along the way? Are we conducting a good presentation? Are we training, or are we giving out a thorough training with an understanding? These are some of the questions that we should ask ourselves. But from the look of things, somewhere we are not doing right. But at the same time, we have our fellows who are cash flowing every day, every week, every month, ongoing. And then the other part, it's actually consuming energy on asking when is this going to take place? When is this going to take place? It's time consuming. Consume a lot of energy by asking those questions. In addition to that, when we ask them, what are you doing currently for this community? Some, they have no answer. Some, they will ask where to find people. Some, they would say people don't have money. Some will reply by saying it's not easy. But some of our fellows who are currently conducting these transactions, it was never easy for them when they began. But because of the guidelines that were followed by these, it has helped them to implement all the strategies that were outlined by our admin. Remember, guys, that all of us, when we were born in this world, we never knew anything. We were taught to do things. Is that right? Now, after we were taught, then we managed to explore many things to this day, and not forgetting that these people we are talking about, our fellows who are currently making wonders in this community, they are from the same planet Earth. They are not from Mars or Venus or Pluto, you know. They are from the same planet. And these testimonies we are talking about were done, also conducted on this planet, not from somewhere else. Now, some of our fellows, when they justify themselves or when they justify their laziness, they will explain or put this case as if these people are aliens on planet Earth, and they are not. The difference is that they followed the guide, also the principles on how to bring these changes within the community. They've set up a good example, sorry. Okay. Remember, the subject of the day is saying, why are you not cash flowing? We shared that article today, okay? And here we're just highlighting what has been shared there, though we didn't read it all, but quite interesting, you know it, right? Some of our fellows were with us during that live stream. They picked up something. After you have gone through that article, your mind will begin to be reconstructed. You will know exactly what to do. But if you try to divert from it, you ain't gonna see anything. For the next coming months before our next redemption in November, some of those who won't be, who will not follow these principles won't make any difference. They'll remain where they are. There won't be any cash flow at all for them. Then after November, we'll be talking about another month. It's the year end. There won't be any cash flow again. Month after December, which is the 12th month of this year, there won't be anything. And if these are not careful, there won't be any cash flow up until we reach 1 billion, even after we have reached 1 billion, meaning beyond 1 billion, there won't be any cash flow for them, not for everyone in this community, for them, only for them. So can you see how far laziness can go? And it will go as far as that, of course. You have listened to our live stream today. Our guest from Soweto gave us a surety that he's going to engage other members of the community, and she's ready to learn from us. And she'll ensure that she learns everything. She even mentioned our brother Stephen Caffey, that she is going back to do a replay of some of Stephen's videos, or live stream replay videos, so that she can get acquainted, not just from me or from our team or whoever. She's going to blend this thing. She's going to replay some of our brother TBC Revolution, because some of your replay videos, I don't just watch or share. Some of them, not all of them. I retrieve them, then I normally forward them to my communities so that I can go through different fellows in order to get experiences and more ideas from different people. That's what I normally do. I don't know whether some of you does that. I don't know. So if we have people like our guest earlier today, then that means we still have more communities out there who are waiting for us to come and coach them to the right system of the Billion Coin. So why should we waste energy and worry ourselves by those who will not cash flow even after we have reached 1 billion? I think that makes sense, right? So we have to make a decision now, not yesterday or tomorrow. I mean now. Decision has to be taken now. Because I don't expect to see you guys in the next couple of weeks. I don't want to see you only here in this live stream. I expect to see new faces, and please promise me that it's going to happen that way. Not unless, my fellows, you are not doing something right. Even if you can have 1 or 2 new faces here in our live stream from South Africa, that will make a very big change. As you are going to see new faces in your live streams from the Republic of South Africa. I'm giving you that surety. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to ask you that what is happening is over 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Something is not right. It is not all about us scoring high marks or points. It doesn't have to be all about us reaching out high volumes of live stream broadcasts while we have downlines. Downlines are the people that we have introduced. Where are they? Come, guys. We want to see their accounts. We want to see their first live stream, second live stream, third live stream, fourth live stream. I cannot, please, before admin allowed us to live stream broadcast, I had hundreds of videos here on YouTube. You know that from 2016. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm just adding. It becomes more and more and more me alone. No, that's not me. I am a leader, remember. So I will have to lead by an example. And all of our trained leaders in South Africa, they know that I wanted them to duplicate what we're doing. It was up to the choice of an individual not to do that. But there is over 7.5 billion population around the globe. So we must ensure that they come here, they come on board, they duplicate the system. For the leader to have a high volume of what? I've already told you, that's not a good one. I'd rather have one in a week or two while others are multiplying, then I'll be happy to see that. Because a leader will create other leaders. They will duplicate what you are doing. And in that way, or in that case, you will see before our next redemption, the wonders of this system or the wonders of this application, if we do it right. I hope we all are clear on that. We have communities to lead here, not communities to be left behind. Thanks, Diana from Canada, to be here with us. My brother, Femi, thanks again to see you. And my sister, Irene Atim, I've tried to touch base with you. I wanted us to share something, but I don't know what happened, but I've touched base on Facebook. But anyway, I forgot that I have another connection. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I was bothered with this thing of our fellows not making a cash flow continuously or daily cash flowing. I'm actually bothered. Right. In order for us, all of us, to cash flow, we know what to do. We must give a sound presentation to our communities. Somewhere, our strategy has to change, because somewhere in the past, some of us did not teach our communities the right thing. They taught our communities to wait, after 6 months, they will cash out. Anything that involves money in the world, it requires a circulation. You can have a house full of gold or nodes. But if there's no circulation, there won't be any value in those nodes or gold bars or whatever precious metals you may call it. There has to be a circulation at the end of the day. Then if people can only understand that circulation brings multiplication of money. If you put $100 or a $100 note inside the safe, right, by your house and lock it for 10 years, when you go back there, when you open the safe again, that $100 you kept in there for 10 years, will it be multiplied or will it be still the same note? The answer is obvious. If you store a gold bar into the same safe again for 10 years, then when you come back, it will be the same 1 bar. But if you move them out of the safe and start investing it or playing with it in the market, after 10 years, there will be some profits generated by this note or gold bars. Is that right? The elites, when they introduced their system, they introduced it in such a way that at the end, these precious metals or notes must circulate worldwide in order for them to be where they are today. So it's all about circulation. That's how I understand it. Not unless you understand it differently, that if you put something away there, there's going to be a magic in order for you to retrieve those profits. But it's all about circulation. Let's come back home. We have where everyone has wealth in the Billion Coin currently as we speak. Whether you had a gift earlier today or last week, but that gift, it's worth over $2,000 today, right? You have something and it's appreciating. Now we have those who have redeemed and they have 10 coins, some even more. And then we have those who have purchased a lump sum of stake 2016 early. Okay, now that wealth is just sitting there appreciating, but there's no circulation. Wow. Who are you waiting for? With all the tools that are being provided for us to cultivate something. So where is the problem? And who is the problem? Can you share that, guys? I'll allow you some few seconds to share. Who is the problem? Let's talk about it, because if we divert it, we will stay dry until we go beyond 1 billion membership. And believe me, if you don't take this advice, it's going to happen. And I will still remind you, talking like this, laughing at the same time. Maybe that time I will laugh a little bit louder. Where is the problem and who is the problem? I'm allowing you a few seconds to share something with us. Okay. I ain't seen anything. The last person who commented, it was Atim Irene. She mentioned about accountability. Thanks, my sister Irene. Okay, while you are still digesting something, I forwarded a message to our brother in Cameroon, Derek, about the good testimony that we saw earlier about the law firm that is currently accepting TBC as a form of payment, because I was happy about that. That has brought something into our community, and that means it has brought a big change for every one of us, and we have to appreciate that. And there will still be more members who will bring more changes within this community. There's a lot. In about a week or so, we will still be getting more good testimonies. Then that also affect us, okay, in a good way, of course. So we have a good TBC admin here. They are playing their part to awaken us, to make us somebody, to lead us into the not independence, but we must take control. We must be in a position to do things by ourselves, not relying to someone. Have you noticed some of the people who are employed, how they behave? And have you noticed those who are working for themselves? These are two different people, and their behavior, it's not the same. Okay. There are those who already know that by month end, I'll be receiving my remuneration or a paycheck. And the article today did explain something about the cash flowing, ongoing, and the paycheck by end of the week. These are two different things. So you already understand that one, right? Okay, let's see. We have a comment here on the top chat from our sister Atimarine in Uganda. She's saying, ineffective approach applied initially was not right. Thanks, my sister. You're quite right. And then she's continuing by saying, now admin has provided a better approach to grow our community. Excellent, my sister. And then we have another message or comment from our sister Diana in Canada. She's saying, we will become autonomous. Correct. I fully support you on that. And when you look at that article, it didn't state many things, but it has stated only key guidelines. And only few of us, not even 3% of this community has applied that. Maybe 0.0003% has already applied that. And it is working. It's it has an impact in what we do, and people can see that it's working. And also not forgetting those who are cash flowing every day. Okay, that means it's working. So what's holding us to put it in place or to apply that same strategy? Laziness. Laziness. Cash centers, cash flow system, 50% free criminals during after send button meeting, broadcasters. Wow, this distribution phase is for us all and those who are not yet on board. So let's try to distribute these tokens wisely. And we know that this distribution will be over. It doesn't mean that if some of us are not keen to give out these gifts or kringles, then nothing will happen. It is happening. It is happening just like when we reached over 3.2 million, it happened. And way back, we were only less than 100,000. Okay, from 100,000 we multiplied. So things will still happen because, you know, in life, we have negative ones, we have positive ones, of course, of which most of you are positive ones. And it's going to happen. As long as I'm still here, as long as you are still there, it's going to happen. And that day is coming. Okay. So we have seen many programs coming up, falling. Some they were promising heaven and earth, and today they are no more. You know. Now, last part one, we have also seen many who are claiming to have better strategies than our admin, meaning they were introducing the TBC exchangers, okay? And those people, we haven't seen any activity from them or live stream broadcast or any testimony. But whenever they rise, you know, we have over 1,000 and something crypto tokens in the market, okay? But not even one day when these ones will come up and say, we have an exchanger for those other tokens. All of them from day one to this day, when they introduce a TBC, I mean an exchanger, they'll only pick up one token, which is TBC. What about the XRP, the Descoin, and the likes? No, they don't talk about those. They want this one. What does that mean to you? It sends a message that there is something within this token or coin, right? It makes sense for sure. All of them are claiming to be good exchanges for the Billion coin. And at the end of the day, after they've retrieved some form of information, they will scam our members continuously. So beware. I think they should go to the coin market and introduce exchanges for some of the coins. Some of them, myself and others, we bought them. We are still waiting. You know, Electronium and etc. There's no exchanger for that. They're still waiting. Maybe they're still working on something. And, you know, wow, so many stories. Why can't they go there? They want this one. So you better be wise. Okay. So let us not allow ourselves to be diverted from this mission, because as soon as we allow that, we're gonna be nabbed very bad. Remember that our tokens are appreciating every day. Not everyone can afford to buy a full TBC coin, but with fractions, yes, you can. Just like Bitcoin. Bitcoin today, many people are purchasing it with fractions. Okay. Now, if we can purchase these two, Bitcoin and TBC, with fractions, that means we can also cash flow this token or TBC token in fractions, that is kringle, at a minimum of $100. You can, even if you can transact $100 daily, that is in 5 days, that's $500. And then maybe weekends, you need a break, you don't want to transact. So you'll say 5 by 4, that is 20. Then you're looking at about how much? $2,000 in a month and ongoing. As long as you are giving a good presentation about TBC. Don't convince anyone, because as soon as you convince someone, you'll be in trouble. You must ask our brother Femi here, TBC Revolution. He shared something with us that someone promised people that after a certain time, they'll be in a position to cash out. Now, those people are after that one. Isn't that true, brother Femi? So you must look out at these things. Give the right presentation. Don't lie. Okay? Explain to our communities that when we go to projection calculator, why, and that is just giving us that the growth or the value of those tokens or kringles that you have will be at this level in 6 months' time. It didn't say you'll be in a position to cash out. And allow someone to make his or her own decision before they join TBC. And explain to them that it is always wise to use your spare money. Don't take your last money from your budget and buy $100 kringle in TBC. No, use your spare money. That's my advice. Okay. Otherwise, if you convince someone to pay $5,000 or $50,000 in TBC to get a kringle, then you promise that person that after 3 months or 6 months, that person will be in a position to cash out. We won't be there to protect you. You see? So do the right thing. Okay. Some, of course, will come on board after your presentation. Some after a week, after you've presented. Some might take some time, and some will ask questions. Some will go online. Some will go on our blog, education, or some will even approach our support just to get a clarity about what we are. You see? Allow them to do that. Don't convince anyone, okay? And don't even get cross with them, okay? And as soon as they see these testimonies, like today, after I forwarded a testimony from Cameroon, one of my neighbors, I've also forwarded this testimony to him. He said, the way I see TBC, it looks like one day we will be in a position to transact with TBC worldwide. That's what he said. He is a member, of course, but not an active member. So some things will help others to understand that why are we here? What is our mission? Okay. Anyway, thanks again. Our team, she's saying, as TBCians in the system, we need attitude change. Thanks, my sister. It's true. And then our sister from Canada, she's saying, the scammy exchanges go away quickly. Yeah. When you go through the article that we shared earlier today, one of the paragraphs saying there will still be others with those exchanges. They are still coming, but our members must be aware of this or must be aware of such exchanges, because in the Billion Coin, we don't use an exchanger and we won't have an exchanger. Let me just put it straight. We won't. But the admin knows something. It goes with love and respect. If we love this admin and we respect this admin, of course, we will believe in TBC admin. But if we don't have respect and love, of course, belief won't be there. We're clear on that, right? Yeah. Diana, she's saying there will still be some, but not as many as before. True. Yes, Diana. These exchanges, not like before, of course. Yeah. They are beginning to fade away. You know, I feel sorry for them. And then team, she's saying, I beg to rest. It's clocking 1 a.m. Please make us understand, Sister Irene. I'm lost a bit. Okay. I see. Now I get it. Diana has clarified that. Our Sister Irene, it's fine. Thanks again for being with us. I understand myself. Sometimes I do feel that way. But today I'm still up. I'm fresh and strong. As you can see, I can even run extra 1,000 miles. Just kidding. Okay. And good night, my sister Irene. It was nice having you here today. As soon as you wake up tomorrow, touch base, and then maybe we can have a private Zoom meeting, okay, before your live stream. Thanks again for all your comments, and it is really helping, not just me, but others as well. Okay, and good night again. Take care. And yes, we are also left with a couple of minutes here. So I will be going off, but I'll retire, say, an hour from now. That will be 1 a.m. South African time, because currently it's midnight in South Africa. It's the 26th now of the 8th month, 2018. Okay. And I would say, lastly, please, my fellows, go back to that article, read it over and over again. It's going to be helpful, and allow your downlines, meaning members that you have introduced in TBC, to go through that article and other articles as well. Allow them to express their love in TBC. Don't suppress them. It mustn't be all about them being your customers, buying Kringles. I don't like that. Allow them to express their love in TBC. Guide them. You know how to do that. You guide them to not to lose that love in TBC. Talk to them, explain to them that we have programs within TBC, and as soon as they take part in this community, they will be in a position to multiply their tokens and redeem, and they can be good leaders. You know, they're not the same, but you know how to help them. Allow them, because let me tell you, I am aware that some of our fellows, they are creating followers, not leaders. They are not doing the right thing, because we have people who have joined under us as our referrals. Where are they? The numbers that we see on the membership per country, if I may ask you guys, that I know in the United States we have this number, I know in Canada we have this number, I know in Uganda we have this number, in South Africa we have this number. If I can ask you, where are they? Do you know them? Have you seen them? Have you met them? So let's not get into that. But soon, not long, we'll get into that. And thank you, my TBC fellows. Everyone on the top chat, it was nice having you today here. And remember, I am still bothered. Why are you not cash flowing? Hopefully by the next coming week, we will see a difference. And thank you again. It's good night from the Republic of South Africa. You were sharing in this live stream broadcast with Lawrence Butana Maluleke, one of the leaders in South Africa. And good night, good morning, good evening, good day, and bye.